to you to please search Google. What is the rank of India in the global hunger index? India stands 97th rank. Our neighboring countries, maybe the enemy country, Pakistan, Bangladesh, are better positioned than India. You may please search. I'm not going to furthermore. As far as the COVID-19 case, the center is taking credits on the performances of the state governments. You speak more about the disinvestment and selling of our assets. The 235 public sector undertakings that were once the commanding heights of the India's socialist economy still account for about 20% of the GDP. This has helped us to withstand the perils of the latest global economic crisis. But please, the left government in Kerala has shown how the public sector could be revived and utilized to serve the people if we have political will. Not one or two, sir, but 21 loss-making PSUs were revived and turned into the large profit-making institution in the past few years by strong intervention of the government. Please look. You can look very well. So I'm really disappointed to participate in the discussion on the budget. At the outset, I am calling this budget as the advertisement of the disinvestment, not a budget. Common people of this country are expecting a lot from the budget with the hope of recovering from the impact of COVID-19 on their lives. But other than making all claims on the economic recovery, the budget offered no solace for them. Sir, government has branded Make in India. He has spoken very well about the Make in India as it is slogan, but after reading the budget, I would suggest it is better to change to Sell Out India. I wonder whether anything will be left in the public sector in this country at the end of 5 years of this government. So one thing, the government can be proud of itself, the impartiality shown towards selling assets related to the three sectors, land, water, as well as air. BPCL, Shipping Corporation of India, Air India, Container Corporation of India, IDB Bank, Bharat Earth Movers, Pound Hands, two public sector banks, one general insurance company. I wonder whether any sector is left without touching. Even it is not ready to spare LIC, sir. And for all this, government is going to bring legislative amendments. Sir, has this government brought any single progressive legislation of the RTI, Manrega? There is no answer. The government is invoking nationalism each and every moment and events. On the other side, they are selling India to the corporates. The government makes legislation with only objective in mind, either to target the minorities of the country or else to penalize the poor people of this country, be it farmers, manual laborers or workers. To cover up all its wrongdoings, it has only a buzzword, sir, Atmanirbhar. He made a speech of half an hour more. Nothing about the price of fuels. The petrol price is reaching rupees 100. The gas price is reaching 1,000. Whom the government is trying to fool using Atmanirbhar? Every now and then, how can we become self-reliant by selling the common assets of the country with the kind of policies adopted by this government? Only the corporates will become Atmanirbhar. Now they have a nickname for the corporates loot, Atmanirbhar. It is a shame that our finance minister is acting as the CEO of the corporate-oriented government. Then coming to the budget, how it is affecting my constituency. What is the situation of All India Radio relay station in Alappuzha? From here, Modiji's Man Ki Baat is relying to the Lakshadweep also. The threat is closer, hangs over its head, and what this government wants to sell the prime property won't belong to the NH66 to the private parties as cheaper rates by closing it as the budget recommendation, as per the budget recommendation. Situation is not different. In the case of thermal power plant owned by the NDPC in Kayangulam, that is also in my constituency, production has been stopped over 8 years. Now the government intends to close down. A Kendriya Vidyalaya attached with the NDPC is going to close down. This will affect the future of the thousands of students studying in this Kendriya Vidyalaya. I request you to this project may be converted into a general sector. I have given separate petition to the concerned ministers of the education and power sector. As per our finance minister, according to the finance minister, the budget rests on 6 pillars. I am not going to the pillars. Health, well-being, physical and financial capital and infrastructure are not going more. But it is the pillars are, if the pillars are weak, how the budget will sustain, sir? I am not going in details, but you all know India stands in terms of different indicators on the above areas. Sir, only one area the pillar is strong, that is minimum government. By writing off everything to the corporates, nothing will remain in the governed by the government. The budget claims investment in health infrastructure has been substantially increased, but actually all the other speakers spoke about that. The figures are exaggerated by clubbing items like sanitation with health to deceive the common people. Similar in the case of Manrega, every year the government is cutting down the allocation of this year also. Sir, how it is possible to revive the economy without making available cash at people's hands? Sir, one minute, sir. One minute. The budget has tried to create an impression that there has been free flow of funds to poll-bound states, including Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal. But we know that is another gimmick. Without heading the decades, all demands like railway zone, Ayurveda Research Institute, aims, etc. to the state of Kerala, the FM says she has earmarked 65,000 crores for the national highway development. But even a substantial portion of this is a repetition of the already sanctioned projects. Also in a highly populated state like Kerala, facing public resentment against taking over land for national highway widening, when such an amount would be utilized, sir. Sir, the Union Budget 2021 is therefore an eyewash of the Modi government through manipulation and data. It hides the grim realities on the ground, and this government is another example of how crony capitalism could worsen the misery of the common man, and hence I oppose the budget proposal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Honorable Member Girish Bapat ji.